City Council to be held today, July 12th, 2022 at City Hall, 214 South Ash. We are now in session, in a regular session. I'm going to ask our City Secretary to do a roll call and announcement of the quorum, please.
Ben Briscoe.
Here.
Delina Rodriguez. Present. James Leal.
Aye.
Ramiro Trevino.
Present.
Sonia Hernandez. Here. Rachel Garza. Here. Tiffany Talamantes. Here. And Lionel Gandara. He was supposed to be attending via Zoom. I do not have him up yet.
Okay, very good. We'll start with an invocation and a pledge of allegiance. You guys are doing please. Dear God, Lord, thank you for this day. Lord, thank you for the many blessings we have in this country. Father, I pray that first and foremost you send us some rain. Father God, we're in desperate need of moisture to replenish this land. Father, I pray that you be with us tonight as we seek to do the will of the people and serve the city of Pearsall. Lord, I pray your hand be upon our city workers, our city administration, and all of these staff. Lord, I pray for our counselors. Thank you for them. And our councilmen, thank you for their willingness to serve. Lord, I pray that you bless them and their homes. Father, forgive us where we fail you. Guide us and direct us in the things we think, say, and do. In Jesus Christ, your son's name. Amen.
Amen.
Sonia?
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we do have a quorum. At this time, we're going to have our citizens to be heard. I believe there is a list. City Secretary, you. Citizens, when you come to the podium, she's going to call your name. She's going to call your name. Please come to the podium, state your name. You have 3 minutes. I'm not going to ask there's no derogatory, defamatory marks, but you're welcome to say what's on your mind. The council is not allowed to respond back to you in any fashion, but we will take note of what you're saying. So I'll be timing you on 3 minutes, so please keep it to that point. The City Secretary, if you'll call them up. Thank you.
First up is Monica Ortiz Ortega. Monica Ortiz Ortega.
City of Pearsall. How's everybody doing tonight? I wanted to address some things with the City of Pearsall. I'm born and raised here. Let me take this off. I'm born and raised here. My dad's family's from Delhi. I'm from my mom's side of my family. And I wanted to read something to y'all tonight. On behalf of my mother and we need to address this, and we need to address it quick, because this isn't something that we play with, and this isn't something that happens all the time. It shouldn't happen never. Never should it ever happen. So, like I said, my name is Monica Ortiz Ortega. My sister, her name is Melissa Escobar. She was the one that died February 13th, 2022. I'm here with permission from my mom, Dolores Ortiz, to be able to share this. On February 13th, 2022, our sister Melissa Escobar was murdered outside her mobile home on Beco Street in Pearsall, Texas. It has been very hard trying to obtain information from Pearsall Police Department. We have asked for police reports, autopsy reports, and any information on her murder. They will only say that the case is closed. Officer Montgomery was at the hospital when Melissa passed away. She was trying to overhear what we were talking about, trying to see what she could get out of our family being there together. She was just listening in. She didn't know she wouldn't speak to us until she finally pulled me to the side. And that's when I addressed her and I told her what I thought had happened. Wasn't something that we knew for a fact, but we thought that that's what would happen, because we were in contact with my sister up until 6 in the morning. That's how we knew where she was and what was going on, up until 6 in the morning. So when Ms. Montgomery came and approached me, she asked me if I knew. She was trying so hard to overhear everything we were talking about. When she heard Fabian's name and that they used to be a couple, all the theories and no facts, but she still came towards us and acted very concerned about what had happened to my sister. When I'm here to complain about why the police in Pearsall handle any kind of complaints. No one told Ms. Montgomery that Fabian Garza had killed Melissa. Nobody told her that. She didn't know that. Nobody knew what was going on. We knew because we were in contact with my sister up until that time. As I stated before, we had a theory on what had happened, but as soon as she was satisfied she had the answers, she took off to the police station. She put together her story. She overheard from us, and because of her ways of handling the situation, she based the whole story on her theories, which kept anyone else from making the proper identification. My sister was murdered, and she was murdered outside, and whoever did it is still walking out there. They're still walking around as if nothing. Her blood is still on that trailer as of right now, and I just went to her house. Her blood is still on that trailer. My sister didn't deserve that. We've asked for police reports. My sister told us if anything were to happen to her, she was afraid for her life. She asked us, she told us, if something happens to me, James Ryan did it. No Fabian. Fabian didn't do nothing to her. He gave her a ride home. I have the messages where he told he didn't do nothing to her. He lost his life, and she lost hers. And now her children are the only ones that don't have their parents, neither or. My mom is devastated, and so am I. How are we going to continue to let Pearsall PD go through with this? Why would we let that happen? I don't no longer live here. I live in San Antonio, but my sister lived here, and I'm from here, so why wouldn't I? Thank you.
Next up, Mr. Joseph Cooper,
Well, that's me.
for your item.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna speak
I put
in
the-
his presentation.
I saw it.
You're good, you're good.
You yield your position.
Yeah.
I've heard it. Okay, very good.
It looks like Eugenio R. Talamantes, is that correct?
That's me.
Very well.
Mayor, Councilman. I've got 3 minutes, so I'm gonna make it quick and to the point. I believe you have a flaw in your hiring process for chief of police. You apply, you turn in a 34-page packet, personal history packet that has to be filled out every time you apply for a law enforcement job. You put all your documents together that are requested, criminal history, everything. You put it in one packet, you turn it in and hope that somebody looks at it and takes the time to do a background check on you. But that's not the case. You get eliminated if your interview doesn't go right. You're eliminated. You don't have another shot. It's not fair to anyone that has gone through that to apply. We all come in thinking we have a chance. We want to do good. We want to be chiefs of police for Pearsall, but you don't even get a chance. How did this one individual nail that interview? And who made the decision? That's what bothered me. Should it not be the other way around? Should you not take the applicant, open it up, sort them out? The ones that don't have the years, the experience, sort them out. The ones that do, keep them. And then do a background check. Find out what kind of person that is. Really dig into it. Hire somebody if you have to dig into the background check. If we put it on there that we're not afraid of what you're going to find, put it on. Do a background check. And then limit it to 1 or 2, 3, and then call them in for an interview. And from that 3, you can pick your candidate. But I cannot believe that someone can nail an interview because we're all asked the same 10 questions. How did he answer one question better than everybody else? That they don't have to do it back. But they tell you that they're going to call your references. They're going to do background. No references were called. No background was done. What opportunity was given to this person? The only one that got a background check was after the one they picked. And then they do the background check. That's a little reverse. We need to correct it. This is what, the 4th or 5th chief of police you're going through within the last 12, 13 years. When is the revolving door going to stop? When are you going to find somebody that's stabilized the police department? That these young men need leaders. They need a young chief of police with some good ideas to lead these men. But you hire one, within a year or 2 years he's gone. You start the whole process all over. They're lost. They were dependent on this chief to stay. But here we are, doing it again. Let's correct the hiring process. Let's do what is supposed to be due diligence on a background check. Let's find out exactly who you're getting before you make a decision for the city, not for anybody else. It's taxpayers that want good chiefs. I would figure people would be tired of complaining against the police department. Well, if they don't have a good leader, you're going to continue to have them. I don't need agreements. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Somebody else?
Next, Ms. Leticia De Leon.
I was gonna yield my time to Mr. Talamantes, but he was in it.
And last is Cesario Garcia.
Mr. Councilman, how you doing today? Mayor. Yeah, I was here last week, guys, about a pullover traffic stop. Somewhere around here. Guys, it's not a joke. These officers need to be taken care of. Like he was mentioning earlier, we need to be looking at their background check and see who we hiring. This is our city. Help us hire the right police officers that we need. Hey, just because what I've done in my background, hey, that's behind me. I'm going forward in my life. I got pulled over for discrimination, and my son was almost got tased by these officers, getting tackled. My son's just a minor. A traffic stop for having cats on my damn dashboard. And it went to a canine, getting my dog. I've done drugs in my life before, but doesn't mean come and run your dog just because you ran my name and it says drug charge. That's who I used to be. So I'm here again. I need to put this in the agenda. I have petition signs here, and it's getting full. I already talked to the city manager before already. He thinks I'm playing. It's going to go as far as it can because these complaint forms want to just go to his desk and just sit there. It's not going to just sit there. We're going to do something about it. So keep playing. Just keep playing it. This is our city. I want our city to have officers that come here and protect and serve. Just because I'm driving my own business, going to Sonic, get pulled over for caps on my dashboard. Come on. I was my 15-year-old son. I don't got time to play games. If I was in the right straight in life, I'll be still back in prison. I'm trying to go forward. How can you help me go forward if you pull me over and embarrass me in front of the whole city of Pearsall? Everybody's thinking, there you go, Caesar again. They're already talking, just mentioning my name again. That's not right. I'm just trying to be here and just live my life for my kids. That's it. I'm not trying to please nobody. I told him I'm not trying to please him either. I'm not trying to be nobody's friend. Y'all are the city councilors. That's where y'all get elected. Just do something about it. If y'all want to keep y'all seats, just keep y'all seats. I've been there. I've known y'all. I've helped friends. How can I help friends if they don't help me? There's a lot more people out there. I'm trying to get them over here to come to the city council and mention their problems with Ms. Officer Montgomery, and she's out there sending everybody. They ain't gonna do nothing about it. I've already heard she's saying that to everybody. Lieutenant Guerrero saying the same thing. Come on, guys. We need to get different officers here. We need somebody that's gonna be here for us. Like I said, it's not gonna stop here. And I know one in each one of you. I know where y'all are. Man, I'm just asking for y'all's help just to get and look deep into this, please. My son did not deserve to almost get tased. Just imagine that cop would have just got the wrong gun. Just like everybody else here in the world saying, oh, I got the wrong one. And what if he shot my son? What if he would have killed my son? What if? Just what if? Oh, I got the wrong one. I thought it was my taser gun. Just what if, guys? Just think about it. Just picture all that. It would have been a whole situation. I was detained when all this was happening. I was glad to be detained. For no reason. Okay? So please.
All right, council, tonight, regular session, we've got 2 more this month, and following up, just want to make you guys aware of that when you're working on the budget, so be ready for that. It is the budget season. I spent some time with Fred and staff today, so they're working heavily on it. One of the things I wanted to do, I wanted to apologize to the council, publicly and beyond. The last time when we met on the regular meeting on our 4th of July, I took some liberties and said, Bianca, business opportunity, and it wasn't my place to do that. That is the city manager's place to assign tasks. So I just wanted to apologize to her and to you guys that I should have gone that route. So anyway, the other thing I want to mention, you guys, is that we do, for you new council people, that we do follow Robert's Rule of Order. And what we do is each council member has an opportunity to speak up to 2 different times about a particular subject. before you speak again, everybody's gonna have a chance to speak, so it's important that everybody gets the floor. And I will remind you guys, before you speak, please ask for the floor so I can identify you. If someone is speaking and you want to speak, please raise your hand so that I can see you and I'll call you, make note of that. So we've got a lot of stuff on the docket. We'll try to get some things done tonight. Remember to try to make it to the rest of this month so we can get this budget nailed down and moved into place. Also, just a note on the audit. We are gonna have that before the next regular meeting. I think it's done. It's just gonna be finalized, so we're excited about that. With that, we'll move on to our presentations. Going on to item 6A, presentation of newly hired animal control officer and code enforcement officer. Brad, you wanna identify them?
Yeah, I will have them come up here, please, and go on to the officers, and their new faces to, one of them should be a new face to Pearsall, the other one may be, but y'all come up here, Bianca's gonna introduce y'all. We have a little bio on them, but we just wanted to make sure that y'all recognize the faces and you know what these guys are doing for the city. But anyway, you can face crowd and then.
Okay, so first up, we have our animal control officer, Mr. Alan Perez. He graduated from Crystal City High School in 2007. He started off as an animal control officer in the year 2009 in his hometown. He has been with ACS for 6 years and has done great things. He has conducted and created microchip events within the district and have built a rapport within the community. While employed with ACS, he has received many awards, including being certified in tactical animal handling with ACS, animal cruelty and fighting investigations, emergency shelter medicine Texas with ASPCA, rescuing animals from cruelty and disasters with ACS. He is your new animal control officer.
Just ACS, he worked for the city of San Antonio prior to this. I think he spent 6 years there, so.
6 years in animal care service.
And ACS stands for
Animal care service.
Animal Care Service. And it's a little different. So, I think one of the things he brought up when we talked to him last week was the idea that they're just dog catchers. I mean, really, it's something that's kind of mentioned from time to time, but it's changed and evolved a lot. Animal control has changed over several years, and so really knowledgeable guy. If you get a chance to talk to him, you want to talk about animal control. He's got a lot of information. That's all I can say. So thank you.
I'm glad to be here.
You're welcome aboard.
Up next, we have Mark Gonzalez. Mark is a 20-year-old and proud resident of the city of Pearsall. He graduated from Pearsall High School in 2020, in which he was involved in many activities. He is currently a City of Pearsall volunteer firefighter with the fire department. In November, he decided to take a chance and applied with the City of Pearsall as a water meter technician and got the opportunity to take the position in which he enjoys. Mr. Reyes, city manager, he was given the opportunity by Mr. Reyes, city manager, to become Pearsall's code enforcement officer, in which he traveled to San Angelo for a week, and he's blessed to say that he passed. He is ready to make a difference and assist our city to the best of his ability. He says, "Thank you for believing in me, and I honor this opportunity I have been given."
And we'll get your picture on.
Yeah, I feel 10.
I worked all day.
There you go. Ready? One. Alan, can you move in just a little bit? There you go. Right there. Right there. It's perfect. 1, 2, 3. Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to item 6B. This is a presentation some of our older, not older, but more tenured council members have already seen, but a presentation of the TERS, the tax and increment financing agreement. We're going to have Fred go over that with you again, just kind of briefly on what that is relative to the more thing. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Council. Some of you have seen this presentation, others have not, and this is going to dovetail into our next discussion, which is an action item. Well, that's pretty good, actually. Again, this is tax increment reinvestment, so I'll give you a kind of what we've been working on, one of the developers who's here tonight, is utilizing this incentive program, for some housing development. We gave a presentation actually yesterday to the Commissioners Court, and I'll go into, some of the presentation with you, council members. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, but again, this is primarily for the council members that were not part of the, discussion last time.